Hello my lovelies, this is a Cannes vlog. So it was my first time in Cannes and I did vlog there, but I also realized that this vlog might be a bit messy if I don't record also a voiceover. So I'll walk you through my days there and what happened and the best places to eat and everything, outfits through this video. But that's just so you know what's going on, because I'm back at my studio and this is definitely a Cannes vlog. By the way, this is a fragrance channel, but from time to time I also do luxury and travel content, so subscribe if you enjoy content like that. So it was our first time in Cannes. We went to the airport super early. I went with my husband, and guys, I have promised myself that I will never fly with Ryanair again, but for this trip we booked Ryanair, and guys, do we regret it? It was horrible. I think I took one picture at the airport of me looking so sad and stressed, because we got to the airport. Our flight was a two flights, so two together to go to Nice airport, and they were delayed. We just had to buy a whole other flight at the airport. So imagine our stress. Guys, please never fly with Ryanair if you've got connecting flights, okay? Because now you have to hold me to this. I'll never fly with Ryanair again, okay? Because it was a horrible experience.
Yes, Maggie who's gonna give you food as
well. It was just my dog staring at me because it's the time for his food and I gave him his evening meal, and he was just sitting and staring at me. Yes, Maciuś will give you food, it's okay. So we got into Cannes super late. I think it was midnight or something, and we were there for a TFWA, which is a duty-free show, but many niche brands display there the newest collections, the newer fragrances. So I've got some things to say about new fragrances that you might be expecting during January. Very exciting releases. We arrived at our Airbnb and it was so cozy. We had a little terrace where we had our morning coffee. Coffee is the most important drink of the day, okay? So we just loved having a little space there. And I must say, Cannes is super small. It just seems there's just a couple of streets of the city center, so it was nice and cozy to be there. It was our first time there. It was super nice and warm. Recommend wholeheartedly if you're from Europe to go there, even if you're from US, but go there October time. It's still very warm for those people that usually live in colder climates like the UK or Poland. The next day we just kind of had a morning, and then we were inviting to an evening party at Atelier des Eaux. So I am an introvert, so I was freaking out. I think it's through the pandemic that I also became quite anxious about just going places outside of my comfort zone or outside of my home, because I work from home. I'm just at home a lot and I'm a homebody, so there's something about it. I was just so anxious, everything was new. But yeah, we got ready and it was fun. The fragrances there, the new 2 fragrances that they are releasing are really good, and there is a caviar one in a dark grey grey bottle that I really love, and there is a red one which is a bit more girly and fun. I would opt for the more masculine one, so to say, because it's got a saltiness to it, which is inspired by caviar, which is amazing. The view there was just breathtaking. The view at the sea, it was so warm. It was a top apartment, absolutely just stunning, and it was lovely to meet some people that I've only previously met through emails. So it was such a lovely time, so fun. Loads of new people, but we did okay. Later we went to the opening party for the TFWA, which was really nice. It was on the beach, actually, one of the beach clubs, and the champagne was flowing. It was proper champagne, which was so good, because I can tell the difference. I'm a bit of a wine stomp, so really enjoyed it. We just talked to a few people there, but it was a mixture of like loads of different industries and stuff. But we chatted to some people. It was really nice, and even met some Polish people there as well. So it was fun. It was very fun, and they were like so supportive, and were like, yeah, go like Polish industry, because I'm Polish if you didn't realize. So it was fun to meet them there as well. To be honest, the next day I thought we would just be on the beach most of the time, because it was my first time going there, and I honestly thought that I wouldn't, like, the things that we had planned wouldn't take as long as they did, and I thought it would be just like very chill, but it was so busy that I was completely surprised. So it was a bit hectic, but my highlight of that day, because we went to loads of meetings, my highlight of the day was of course the food, guys. The truffle pasta at Pastis in Cannes. Have to try it. This was by far the best food, and not too expensive at all too, that we've had in Cannes. I love it. We've had food at a couple of places, but this was so good, and for the price it was amazing. What was really fun is that in Cannes, some of the fragrance brands, niche fragrance brands, display their collections on yachts. And this is so, it's like the two best industries for me, because I used to work in the yachting industry, like chartering yachts and stuff. So for me, it was fascinating that I was like back there. I love boats, I love water. So like fragrance and yachts, I mean, it was just magical. I had to pinch myself because I was so happy that I was there, and I got a sneak peek of some new fragrances. Some of my favorites were ones from Greti, like their new fragrance is absolutely stunning. Parfum de Mali is coming out with a lovely fragrance. I think it will be January, about January time. It's so good. I sprayed it on my skin and it lasted forever. It's such a good one. And Zerjo also is releasing a new fragrance, which is so good. It's actually one of like their top sellers, but they've made it, in my opinion, even better. So I mean, I can't wait for this one as well. I'm like, oh, I just want to buy them all. I think the whole vibe of Cannes, like if you guys want to go, it's so fun. I think after everybody left from the TFWA show, like the day after, because we stayed a bit longer, like that is the perfect date to go if you guys were going, because it's not full of tourists anymore. It's so like quiet and inviting while still being warm. It's the perfect temperature for just like sitting outside at a bar in the evening, having a glass of wine and just having like a cashmere jumper on. And I have to say that the buildings are just stunning, magnificent. The water is crystal clear. I had to comment on the water because I, of course, had to have a little dip in the sea. I mean, who could resist the sea? Like, it was just crystal clear. It was stunning. And if you get an Airbnb like us, like near the city center, you can walk everywhere in like 10 minutes, up to 10 minutes. So everything is super close, super accessible. And a lot of people there actually speak English, which is a bit rare in France. Some people just don't want to speak English though, so I don't know, maybe they can, but they don't. So although I do speak a bit of French and I can understand a lot, I think Cannes is very approachable for tourists because it's not as scary as Paris, for example. In the days after, we went to just a lot of meetings again, discovered some lovely new brands, and also went to a couple of parties in the evening, which was really nice. And I think I got more like outgoing as the week got by, because I was like, oh, we're just talking to new people all the time, so we're just talking to new people everywhere, and it was getting a bit easier, I think, although I was still stressed. The guys, I like nearly didn't eat the whole thing, but that like used to happen to me when I was younger. I would go to like a summer camp and not eat. Like I could not, I would try to force myself to eat, but I couldn't from stress. if you guys know the fix for that, like I would love to know how to deal with it, because it's just so stupid. Like I tell my mind not to be anxious, and sometimes I'm not even anxious. I'm just like, it has to be a few days after for me to go back to my normal self of eating. It's just so silly. I don't know what it is, but let me know if you know a fix. The most fun day was actually the one that we blocked. We said like, okay, we're not going to do anything on this day but relax. Like we have blocked one day for ourselves, no meetings. And it was hard because people were like, oh, can we meet on this? But I was like, no, I will. Like I have to go to the sea. I have to relax, because it was very stressful from like morning to evening. It was all the time going. So I'm really glad that we took some time for ourselves, because it was very special that I was there with Mate and we had fun. We went to this cute coffee shop. I do recommend this coffee shop because actually it's hard in France to have like a good coffee shop with nice decor and really good coffee, and this had both, and it was actually a Scandinavian one. So it was called Copenhagen Coffee Lab, and they've got like 2 or 3 shops in Cannes, so I would highly recommend them. They had some lovely pastries and food as well there. Everything was delicious, and we went to the beach, which was so good. We went into the sea. It was just so good to relax, and I think on this day I also was a bit like just thinking like some people can be so mean, and one thing happened there which like I won't say any names or anything, but I think like for the first time I think I felt really bullied during that trip there, because there was a person that I've never met, and this person has sent me an invite for a party for the wrong day, and everybody had the right invitation, so this person had to change the date. And I was like asking them, oh, is this a different date? Because I keep hearing it's a different date. But they obviously, I don't know, have a problem with me or something. Like we've never met. So it was really strange that they actually, like I turned up and there wasn't a party there because it was a day before. And that, you know, it's not nice. It just feels like, why would anybody do that? Like nothing happened. Like I haven't met you. So I think that day I was like, I'm just going to relax here, because there's things bigger than stuff like that. There's things just, you know, real relationships like me and Mate and just our life. And it's so lovely to be here in Cannes and take it all in. So it was really a really good day. We also went luxury shopping. I tried on some Cartier jewellery, which I would love to own a bit more. I've got a lovely watch from there and I'm obsessed with their jewellery. They're just beautiful. And I also went to Hermes to try on also their jewelry, their Chen Dunk, I think it's called, bracelets. They're like this like bulky chain. I think those are super cool and oversized. I've seen them on like older women in person, and I thought like, oh my gosh, this, like those women that I saw them on looked so cool. And I know I'm a bit younger, but I know that if I get it now, I'll probably still wear it, and then I'll wear it when I'm older as well. Just love these pieces of jewelry. Oh, and I also got to wear my steal of a find. I actually found a Ralph Lauren premium shirt, the pink one that you'll be seeing, at a second-hand shop. It was brand new. It was hung in the men's section, but it is a woman's shirt, so nobody ever bought it because obviously like it's fitted for a woman. But I got it for £10, guys. Such a steal. I was so happy myself. So I got it just before a trip and I was wearing it. And yeah, really enjoying it. But yeah, love finding things cheap like that. And then we went back to work for meetings for another 1.5 days. And then we flew home, of course, delays, but it was such a fun trip. I highly recommend going to Cannes off season. I think it can get really busy because it's such a small city center. So go off season, it's still very warm, and the palm trees there are so stunning. It's just still green and tropical, and definitely go to Pastis. definitely go to Pastis. All the links will be down below for the stuff I wore, because I know I got comments like on my Instagram, where's this from? So I'll link all my looks down below from the trip in case you want to shop them or check out where something is from because you're curious. Go and do it. And subscribe for more videos. I'll see you guys very, very soon. Bye.